why did I sell my first car to Carvana? Why did I sell a car that I loved, my Mark 6 Jetta modified from top to bottom? Well, if this doesn't answer your question, then let me elaborate. I always loved the Golf R, and for a first car, I wanted a car that was going to be reliable, subtle, good on gas, and I was going to have a problem. So the 6th generation Volkswagen Jetta was a great choice. When I bought the car, I was not expecting to get into cars. I was not expecting to go fast or enjoy speeding or modifying cars, so on and so forth. And after I did, and I discovered I had a 1.4, I wanted to make the best of it. And ever since then, I've been looking at other cool Volkswagens, and the Golf R was something that was number one on my list to eventually own in my life. And I wanted a 7th generation. I also love the look of coupes or two-door cars. I love the BRZ. I love the, 350, 370Zs. I love, sportier looking cars. I loved how they looked. I like the two-door vibe. Any coupe for the most part automatically looks sporty regardless of how much horsepower it has. So I was like, let's get a two-door Mark 7, 7th generation Golf R. Let's get a manual since my first car was an automatic, and manuals are obviously better. So I was like, all right, let's do that. Then I realized, then I discovered that getting a two-door Golf R, the 7th generation, was next to impossible. And if you were able to pull it off, it was going to cost you a pretty penny. So the next best thing was this GTI. 7th generation GTI, basically the same car. Now, it actually ended up being everything I wanted and more. The GTI was the obvious better choice because I got a two-door, which the Golf R wasn't available in the States in that version. I got a car that was lighter because it was not all-wheel drive, so it was a few hundred pounds lighter, coming in under 3,000 pounds. With me in it, it is a little heavier. Totally fine. We can have weight reduction, in rotational mass, like the wheels, rotors, flywheel, so on and so forth. The two doors are also lighter too. Manuals are also lighter, so that was a great option. I also got the fastest color available. You already know, Tornado Red. So I was like, all right, bet. This is great. And I was like, all right, it's the same motor except for the cam profile and the turbo for the most part. Transmission is very similar, except for the GTI gets this cool golf ball, which it's like impossible to see right now because it's dark, but the shift knob is like a golf ball, and the Golf R is just basically like smooth. The whole layout's the same. It's basically the same car except for the turbo and the cam profile. The GTI has a better cam profile or better cams or whatnot, because I don't know why, but it makes more torque. Sure, the motor is not as built, but it is what it is. And the turbo. So I was like, well, I'm going to upgrade the turbo eventually, which I already knew I was because I wanted to do it in the Jetta. Why not just get the GTI with the smaller turbo if I'm just going to get a bigger one? So that was the better option. It's also a lot cheaper. I love the Spectrum color Golf Rs, the ones that are, the crazy colors that are, 1 of 1 or 1 of 5 in the States or Canada. I love that. Those are insane. Like, I really wish I could get like a two-door Golf R, Spectrum color, maybe like the Nardo or that cool red color they have. I don't even know what it's called. That'd be amazing. But, this was the better pick. It ended up working out in my favor, for several reasons. So, I'm going to modify this. And the goal was to modify this and enjoy it. And now I have a 2-liter turbo as opposed to a 1.4. So it's an upgrade. Sure, it's still a 4-cylinder, but I was like, all right, more power, more fun, car that's more, has more support for, a lot of people recognize, a lot of people like it as opposed to the Jetta. And, I was like, all right, we can make content with this. This is a car that I can take the channel to the next level. So I was like, all right, bet. But was I really going to pay for 2 cars? Well, the Jetta was paid. I paid for it in full. But was I really going to buy this or finance this? I was like, not a good choice. And if you guys don't pay attention to the stock market or the housing market or the car market, or inflation, I'm sure you have to pay attention to inflation nowadays, but the car market was all the way through the roof. I paid $14,069 out the door, fees, taxes, tag title, registration, all that stuff for the Jetta, like 3.5, 4 years ago. And, you buy a car, drive it off the lot, put miles on it, car depreciates, the value goes down. So I was like, all right, now the market's up. Let's sell. So I sold the Jetta for a little bit more than 10,000. So I basically drove a car for 3.5 years for only $4,000. I was like, this is a no-brainer. Let's save the money. Let's save all the money, invest it, do what I got to do, and just finance the GTI. So I sold it, financed the GTI, and now here we are. We already got some mods on the car. Car's lowered. One thing I did do, if you guys didn't notice, I sold the Jetta. I parted it out, basically, put all the stock parts back on. So I kept the RPF ones. These are the exact same RPF ones that I had on the Jetta that everybody loved, wanted the specs. I was like, bet, they're going to fit the GTI because all Volkswagens have the same bolt pattern. So I have a little piece of the Jetta that's going to carry on. And hey, if you guys ever need support with the Jetta platform or the Mark 6 Jetta platform, please reach out. You guys got my email in some of these YouTube videos. Comment. I reply to every comment. I'll hook you guys up. Seriously, guys, if you need help, you can DM me on Instagram. I reply to everybody. There's no one I don't reply to. I'm going to be here for you guys. When the channel gets really big in the future, still going to be answering. Still going to be helping you guys out. And hey, this is only the beginning, guys. And hey, maybe one day the Jetta will return. Guys, only one way to find out, right? Well, if you guys like the video, want to see more Volkswagen content, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Truly helps me out. I really do need help with the algorithm. 2023 is going to be a big year for us. So, hey, follow me on this journey, and it's free. Might as well. Thanks, guys. Catch you next week. Peace.